What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Gelbeauty-87 here, aka Grace Honey, and today we're getting into another Why You Don't Need. So in today's Why You Don't Need, we're duping out the, what is it, Call Me a Siren, or Call of the Siren from Gourmand Girls on Doodles by the Bunny. It should be popped up over here. And in today's live, you all decided we should do the Blend Bunny Lure palette. So you can use code Dr. Ash on Blend Bunny's website for any discounts you need. I'm not gonna open it up. I remembered like it's gonna be a pop-up over here, but if you like videos like this, make sure you check out my lives. I do them every Sunday and we pick 1 to 2 palettes. I think I've done up to like 3 palettes before, but I usually try to keep it down to 2, so I only have to do 2 eye looks a week. But I also do other content, so if you like a good complexion video, I've been loving the drugstore lately, so I do quite a few drugstore complexion videos. Some should have popped up over my face right now. I have a couple more coming up, so stay tuned for those. If you like a good fragrance video, I finally picked up the other 2 fragrances from Snif, the 2 body mists, so I'll be reviewing those soon. But I've done some other older fragrances and some newer ones in between for you all to check out for anyone who's interested in fragrance. Finally, if you like a good fashion video, make sure you head on over to my fashion channel, which is Fashion with Gelbeauty-87. That's where all the fashion content will go starting at the end of May. I have currently fashion content up there now, so I've had some since March the 1st go up, and then since April, the first week of April, every Friday I have a long form lookbook go up for you to check out my fashion looks and whatnot. So make sure you head on over to Fashion with Gelbeauty-87. I do have fashion shorts that go up here twice a week though for now, but like I said, at the end of May they should be leaving. But anyway, now into today's video. So the palette popped up over here, the Lure palette. I felt like this one or the Makeup by Michaela palette would be good, but I don't really use Glam Light or like promote Glam Light like that, so I was hoping you all didn't pick it, and I was glad that you didn't, and we got the Lure palette. So I'm gonna go off camera and do a look with it. Let me zoom in real quick and cute like, now that you saw the palette and all that, and then I will come back. Oh y'all, my lips are dry. I meant to put on a lip product while I was in the bathroom, but I was in a rush to like try to get this done because like y'all know my lights are messed up and the sun is going down. So we can try out this lip product I got in PR. This is the Beauty Bio, the Pout Volumizing Lip Serum, and then we'll see if it actually gives some volume to my lips, because since I don't have anything on them, I don't want any color or anything on them to get you confused on if they actually plumped or not. As if my lips are dry anyway, let's take advantage. Now, I don't really use lip serum, so I'm interested to see like what properties are, you know, how this will be helpful to the lips over time. I know it's supposed to smooth out lips, so I guess it's supposed to kind of be like the Huda Beauty Faux lip liner lip glosses or whatever, where you know they remove the lines of your lips, because from what I read, and this is supposed to help with plumping the lips, and it's supposed to smooth the lips out with the lines. So we'll see if it smooths them out, but this is what it looks like now before I leave. So I'm going to go off camera, swatch some shades according to what's in that palette. I'll come back and show them on the back of my hand, and then we'll get into the palettes and, you know, what they look like and what colors I chose. So I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so this is the eye I came up with for the palette. So I used these shades right here, and these are the 2 eyeliners I use to mix the vivid like bright ones or whatever, the blue one and the yellow one. So since I didn't do a crease shade, I just did 3 shades along the side. I wanted to have something in the crease, so that's why I did the yellow eyeliner. But yeah, so we took these shades. I have these 2 shades I use at the bottom. This one is the lid shade. This is our inner corner and part of our lid, because originally I was just gonna make an inner corner, but then I was like, no, we'll do a nice little effect on the lid as well. So let's get into the look. Y'all, I have been up since 7 a.m. making content because I knew I wasn't gonna have a car all this week, and I was like, let me prepare by doing a whole bunch of fashion stuff. Now I'm just interested to see how I'm gonna film the new makeup releases, because I usually film it like on Thursday, and then like it'll go up on Friday night for you all. So I'm just wondering how I'm about to work on that, because I'm like, you know, I need to film it, but at the same time I guess I can like film it on my phone. The only thing is it'll take forever like to edit, because I'm gonna have to have different parts go up on the phone if I do it that way, so that way I can airdrop it to my MacBook Pro where I edit all the videos now, because I used to edit in some other software that was on another one of my computers, but then I started using my MacBook. Now we're gonna take the purple, because I got a MacBook, I want to say like in early 2024. I found a used one on Mercier for a decent price, so I went ahead and bought one, because I'm used to using iMovie on my phone anyway, so I figured it'd be easy to just use it on a computer and add all the music and all that. So I've been using that for like almost a year now, or might have been a full year now. I've been enjoying it. I want to get a new camera though, because like my camera's been acting up a little bit, so I'm like, I want to get a new one. The one I want to get is always sold out though. I want the Canon, like, you know, the Mark III, whatever that everybody talks about. I want to get one of those, so I might have to settle and get a Mark II, but I'm hoping I can find like a Mark III online, because I know they used to sell it at Office Depot, but I know they haven't had it in it forever, and I'm like, with all the tariffs or whatever, I'm wondering if they're gonna get like any more in, or if they just gonna, you know, like leave it in. And even if they do get it in, it was already like 500, so I'm like, God only knows how much it's gonna be now. And all the people who sell them online, like they never like respond when you reach out to them, or they're selling it for more than it actually costs. Kind of like the Quipteen Cosmetics brand, because I went on there to see just anybody has Secret Garden too, because you all know they haven't restocked it yet, and they're not going to restock it till like May, and then they stopped selling here on April the 18th. I know Dr. Asher, her makeup, talked about it, because remember she got both of them in PR, but I ended up missing it when they stocked it, and the only one I really wanted was Secret Garden 2. So I was like, let me just go on Mercari and see how outrageous people are charging for it. And they're charging like $135. The palette was only $61. Why would I pay you like damn near double the amount of this palette? Like, I don't want it that badly. And I know they have great quality and all that. I'm not saying it. It's just like, I'm not willing to pay you double the price of the palette for you to make your money and then the money over on it. I'd rather give that to them for having to pay like the high tariffs that they would have to pay, than give it to somebody who's just greedy trying to make a quick buck offline, you know? So I was like, I'm just not going to have it, I guess. And that's okay. It's not that big a deal. We're using a palette now that's really similar to it, so it's like, you know, the world's not going to come to an end. Speaking of tariffs, Dr. Asher, her makeup, did make a good like video about tariffs and how she thinks they're going to affect the beauty community. If you already saw, Fantasy Cosmetics was talking about how it's going to affect them and their sales and their business. And I know Dionluvsmakeup was telling me how another person was saying how they had a whole bunch of stuff sitting at the on the lots where they store all the what do you call them, barrels or whatnot, because they couldn't afford to pick up whatever it was. So I'm gonna use the blue shade now on the lid. So I'm just like, oh goodness. So I'm definitely interested to see how the beauty community is gonna go moving forward, since everything is so expensive. But make sure you check out Ashley's video about the tariffs if you're interested in that, to get like more perspective, because since she works with some of the indie brands, she had a better insight than I would have about talking about it. But her video was actually pretty interesting. I actually watched it twice because I was that intrigued, and plus I think I had missed the part. I missed the detailed message about Fantasy Cosmetica because I had it playing in the room and I had to go to the bathroom. When I came back, she had got done finishing it, so I was like, I could just watch it again. So okay, so this is what we're working with so far. Let's take the last shade now, the inner corner and front of the lid shade, and put that on. But yeah, I'm just like, what is this economy about to look like? Let alone not just makeup, but just economy in general. They say the clothing economy should be okay because a lot of it's made Vietnamese and for Vietnam and other places, not necessarily in China. But I thought Vietnam still had to pay like 46. But I'm like, since the cost of stuff is so low, 46 isn't as bad as, you know, like 145. So I'm like, it's gonna be interesting. But I feel like, and again, go watch Dr. Ash and her makeup video, because I definitely agree with her about this. How I feel like old school TikTok is, I'm sorry, TikTok, Jesus. I was watching videos earlier about how TikTok Shop was like making people a whole bunch of money, but they might have to close down soon too if they don't like agree to the American terms of being owned by an American company. But anyway, so she was saying how she thinks like old school YouTube is gonna come back because people are gonna like watch videos of people using multiple palettes again, because with all the tariffs and all that, all the stuff is gonna go back up to like quite a bit, and you're gonna have to use what you already have in your collection. And I'm like, I hope she's right secretly, just because it's like people don't like to always have to go out and buy the latest new thing in order to get views, and at the same time it's like we want to be able to use our collection the way you are, whereas it's like I've told you all this in the past, and I think Dr. Ash and Beauty and the Freers of Kara have said this too, like it's like we want to be able to use our stuff as well and rotate through it. So that's why, if you haven't noticed, the three of us have like been doing content where we tell you to reuse your stuff and all that, because it's like, you know, we want to use our stuff just like you get to use your stuff every day. You get to use the same 3, 5, 10, 15, whatever palettes it is you have in your collection that you like, but you expect me to sit up here and go buy every new thing that comes onto the market and tell you if it's good or not in order to like help with your purchasing. And it's like, in a better economy, that's not necessarily an issue, but it's like in this type of economy, it's like you expected a lot from me, girl. I mean, I know we besties and all that, but you expected a lot for me to be able to do all that. So she has some definitely interesting insights, and you should definitely check out. You can also use her code, like I told you at the beginning, Dr. Ash, for her Blend Bunny code. If you need to purchase anything, use code Dr. Ash. I'm going to take the shade and put it in the inner corner. I'm going to do my eyeliner off camera just to save us some time, because honey, try to be that precise, and I literally have to lean on the mirror. Like I have like a mirror that goes across in my bathroom that has like two have double his and her sink, and like I literally have to put my arm up there and like try to draw into the crease. So there's no way I'd be able to do that here. I've done that on camera before, I think, but it's like it was more difficult than I needed it to be when I could just go off camera and do it. So that's what I'm gonna do. But anyway, let me back you on up now that we're done. So this is what we're working with for the finished eye. I think she's really cute. I think it's definitely giving the vibes that Doodles by the Bunny was trying to give with that palette, with this Lure palette. I feel like you could also use the Beauty Below though. So I was thinking about doing a members only with the Beauty Below, just doing a look with that. So Nina, Janet, Dion, y'all can comment below and tell me if you want me to do a members only with the Beauty Below palette, trying to dupe out the Call of the Siren from Doodles by the Bunny and Gourmand girls. But anyway, that concludes this look. I think it turned out pretty nice. I love the yellow in the crease, mainly just because I didn't end up having a gold in the Lure palette to put on the lid or anywhere around the eye to draw in with this look, and I know that that's one of the shades that's in that palette, so I'm glad I had the yellow eyeliner to make up for that, because I really wanted to use a shade like that. Anyway, let me know what you think of this look down below. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all the diamonds. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on your way out. If you want to see more content from me, like the YouTube creators event I just went to and got to meet Dr. Ash and her makeup in person, check out my membership, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you follow the fashion channel too if you like the fashion shorts, because they're ending in May. Be blessed, girl. Bye. Y'all never told me if my lips was plump or not, so let's zoom in. Do you think the lips look plumper than they did at the beginning of the video? Did y'all forget about it? Because after the tingling stopped when I was doing this eye off camera, I didn't really think about it anymore. I feel like I see a little bit of plumping. I mainly feel like I see plumping down in the lower lip though, not necessarily so much at the top. I feel like maybe it's that much, but you can tell me. I feel like it did help with the lines though, when it said it was like smooth out the lines on your lips. I do feel like it did that. So if you don't like a pigmented lip gloss, because that's what the Huda Beauty ones do. I think she has a clear one though if you're interested, but you might want to try this out if you're into lip serums. I've just never used the lip serum before that I can think of, so anyway, I'm gonna go put a lip gloss on top of this to give y'all some I think I'm sexy photos, but I'm going for real this time. Be blessed, girl. Bye. Fun doesn't have to stop here. Let's be friends over on Instagram to check out the latest fashion, fragrance, and palette comparisons, along with glimpses into my everyday life and the occasional food vlog. Make sure you head on over and follow me over on Instagram. It's Gelbeauty87 on all platforms. You can also follow my fashion channel at Fashion with Gelbeauty87 here on YouTube. I hope you all have a great day. See you guys in the next one.